Let's divide this 3-digit dividend by this 2-digit divisor. Now we're going to use a strategy like you've used for dividing by 1-digit divisors, since you're already familiar with it. And if you're doing 346 divided by 2, you're going to be thinking how many 2's go into 346, right? So we've used our multiplication tables to figure out that there is, just 1, 2 in one group of 2's is 2, 2 groups of 2's is 4, 3 groups of 2's is 6, etc. And since 6 is still a long way away from 346, we figured we could speed up this by thinking, okay, well, if one group of 2 is 2, then 10 groups of 2 is 20. And if 2 groups of 2 is 4, 20 groups of 2 would be 40. And we get larger numbers. We're going to do the same thing, but with 22. So in this case, you might need to actually do this first column because you don't have 22 on your multiplication table, right? So you're going to actually have to fill this out. One group of 22 is 22. 2 groups of 22 is 44. 3 groups of 22 is 66. 4 groups is 88. 5 groups is, let's see, 2. So we're getting to 90 and then 110. So even with 5 groups of 22, we're still pretty far away from 346. But look, we can do the same thing we did with 1-digit divisors to get closer to this 346, this dividend. So if one group of 22 is 22, 10 groups of 22 is 22 with another place value, 220. 2 groups of 22 is 44, so 20 groups of 22 would be 44 with another place value, 440. Whoa, we already got past this. That was 440 is too big of a number here. So I guess we'll just go with 220. That gets us somewhat close. 220 here. We'll put the number of groups in another color. Is this yellow going to show up? Let's see, that's 10 groups. Can we see that on the video? Yeah, you can see that on the video. Okay. And so then we subtract. 6 minus 0 is 6. 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, so 126 is what's left. And now this work here, this does not go for naught because look, we've got up to 110. And if we take another group of 22, 110 plus 22 would be 132, which is too much. So we've got to go with here. I'll circle what I used. I used 10 groups here earlier, and now I'm going to use 5 groups. 110. I've totally run out of room. Fit this in. So that would be 5 more groups of 22. And then I have 16 left. 16 is less than 22. So I can't fit another 22 in there. So that's going to be my remainder 16. And then I have 10 groups plus 5 groups is 15 groups. 15 whole 22s will fit in. We'll have 16 left over. I'm going to do one more example. I'm going to choose a little larger number and a little more difficult divisor. All right, I've chosen 751 divided by 34. So I want to start the same way. I'm going to make my table. One group of 34 is 34. 2, 3, 4, 5. I could really go as high as I want, but I probably don't need to go all the way to 10. We'll see how high I need to go depending on what's left after I subtract here. But I do need to start with this because this chart is going to help me when I do the next chart for 10 and 20, 30, 40, and 50. So I'm at least going to get started, see how high I need to go. So 34 plus 34, 4 plus 4 is 8, 3 plus 3 is 6. And now again, 8 plus 4 is 12, so I need to add 1 here, so that'll be a 7. So it'll be 102 plus another 34 would be 136. So another 4, that would be 10, 40, 170. Okay, let's see how we're doing with multiples of 10. So if one group of 34 is 34, 10 groups would be 340. If 2 groups is 68, 20 groups would be 680. Ooh, that's pretty close to there. Yeah, 3 groups of 34 would be 102, so 30 groups would be 1020, 10, 20, 1020. That's too high. Can't use that one, so I'm going to go with this to start with. Subtract 680. 1 minus 0, 1, 5 minus 8. I can't do that, but I can do 75 minus 68 is 7. So 71. And that was 20 groups of 34. Now I have 71 left. 34, 68, 102 is too high. Ah, look, for this problem, I really only needed to count to 2 groups, and that would have given me 20 groups, and I didn't even need this over here. That's why I didn't want to go too far. You know, that'd be wasting time if I went all the way up to 10. I didn't need to. So 68. I have 3 left. 3 is less than 34, so I can't not take another group of 34 away from that, so that's going to be my remainder. This 68 here, that was 2 groups of 34, and 20 plus 2 is 22. So my quotient is 22 remainder 3. That means 22 full 34s can fit in 751, and we'll have 3 left over, 3 numbers left over. There you go. That's dividing a dividend, 3 digits in this case, by a 2-digit divisor.